Desmond. You're thinking, well, aren't we doing the afterlife of Billy Fingers? And what was really interesting is what he was talking about in the book really resonated with this movie. There's a parallel that I'll point out in a minute. This movie is known as what's called a film noir movie, and it's a classic of that time where there was pessimism and kind of fatalistic thinking. And there were the movies that were done from 1944 to 1954. So things like The Maltese Falcon, DOA, The Big Sleep. All of those are categorized in the same genre. This movie is called what? Yes, Sunset Boulevard. And what it did was kind of open up the underbelly of the star-making machine that was Hollywood, the grittier side, the seedier side. And at the time that this movie was coming out, there were a lot of directors and writers that were kind of very upset with the content of this movie. But the main character here, Norma Desmond, she lived a life in illusion of what she thought her life was supposed to look like and be. So yes, was she a star at one time? Yes. Had that star faded a very long time ago? Absolutely. So in this, she's depicted at 50 years old, washed out. No one's knocking at her door. No one's sending her scripts for her to look at, to be in front of that screen. But for Norma Desmond, it doesn't matter because she is sure that this is her role in life, to live that glamorous life of a star. And so she creates this illusion around her to keep up with that lifestyle. Her butler was once her director and husband, who's now her butler, to keep up that mystique, that illusion that she has around her life. The guy that she killed is her, sponging off of her nonetheless, but boyfriend, who challenges her belief system. She is so committed to her role that she would rather destroy anything that would break through that illusion. And so he has to go. Her life has changed so much, but yet she's unwilling to change and is so rigid in that belief that it causes a mental break because she's unable to adapt to life on life's terms. Which then makes me wonder, where do we have these illusions in our own lives that may be making us unhappy? One of the quotes in the book from The Afterlife of Billy Fingers, and you'll notice I may look like I'm troubled, but I don't have my glasses. I'm driving down the highway. Oh, glasses are at home, right on my counter in the bathroom. Yay. So there's going to be a lot of this going on. The first quote, would you show that? Thank you. On earth, there's a lot of who's better than who type issues. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn around, right? Who's better than who type issues, and that causes a lot of suffering. You think so? All right, well, I'll give it a try. Okay. Oh, yeah, look, I can see. It's a game devised by the forces of Maya or illusion to make people unhappy. That's one of the purposes of illusion, human misery. Human misery. So what roles are you holding on to in your life that may be causing you some misery? Are you still holding on to the role of being the successful son, the perfect couple, the devoted daughter, the savvy business person, the corporate raider, the good girl, the bad boy, right? Those are all personalities and personas and roles that we take on as we're here on this planet. And yet, Is that truly who we are? How many of you have credit card bills that are up the wazoo because the more stuff you have, the more successful you look, and you keep buying and buying and buying? That's part of that role that we are so committed to, and yet can bring us misery. Another quote that I really liked from the book says, "After you die, you spend a lot of time, solo time, exploring yourself as a universe. You are the universe. But society teaches you different. Society teaches you limitation. Believe me, everything you ever need is already inside you." Does Reverend Cherie say that like every Sunday? Okay. And who you are really is far beyond your comprehension. But how often do we spend time on past regrets, missed opportunities? If only I had not, or if only I had, then my life would have been glorious, wonderful. We spend so much time on that without the realization that where we are right now on this planet is so temporary. It is such a small part of our eternal being. And yet we forget and put everything that we have in this physical realm as if that defines who we are. Another quote. "If there's one thing worth doing on your planet, it's discovering self-love." I say discovering instead of learning, because learning implies you're starting from zero. But the truth is, you already love yourself. When you're born, when the amnesia happens, you forget your magnificence and think you have to earn the right to be loved. How can you earn what already belongs to you? So yeah, it's okay to be the star, but be the star from your truth, from your divinity, from your own indwelling power. Be that star from there, not what someone else thinks you should be, not because of the expectations of your parents or the expectations of your spouse or society. Be that powerful star from within out, knowing you are eternal. There's a big difference between the two. And the last quote that I really thought was amazing says this: "Well, death is really amazing. I'm alone, but I'm everything. What you achieve on earth is only a small part of the deal. If there's a secret I could whisper and that you could keep, it would be that it's all inside you already. Every single thing you need. If I could give you a gift, it would be to find the glory inside yourself, beyond the roles and dramas, so you can dance the dance of the game of life with a little more rhythm." I'm not going to talk about rhythm here. A little more abandon, and a lot more shaking those hips. Wow. Death, not something to be feared. Death, something that reminds us how short our time is here. We don't have time playing a bit part. We don't have time being an extra in our own lives. We are here to create, to manifest, to dream, to change this world. That is what we're here for. So I invite you, be the stars, people. Don't be small. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve this planet. So I have this talk for you to just look at what illusions are you holding on to so tightly that may be causing you sorrow or misery, or may not be aligned with your truth. I love you. I'm so glad that you're here. Are you ready? All right, come on, girl.